Hello, hello, hello everybody. Lori here from Unique in the Creek. Here with another live right to your home. Isn't it nice? Can you remember? I don't know what we did without social media, I'm telling you. Like without social media, I can't remember. It must have been boring. Oh, hello everybody. Say hello when you come in. Hi, my friend Judy Baker. Let me just type this. Ow, ow, ow. You missed me today? I was being a good girl and going to get my x-rays and blood work done. That's me getting Dave and I had shoulder x-rays together. See, we do everything together. His is the left shoulder, mine's the right. So today, right now, I am doing the Cardinal kit. This is going to be a really pretty one. And, okay, I was just gonna pin that. Hello, hello. Did I not spell that right? Unique, and yeah, that's right. Hello everybody. Sorry, always something to do before we get started. Okay, so we've had a lot of comments or emails about this particular kit. Guys, I'm trying to get through all the kits as fast as I can making them. I guess what I need you guys to do, if you want something really bad, you're gonna have to, you know, kind of maybe buy it beforehand and just trust me that it's gonna look nice. I'm gonna try and make every kit I can. If my shoulder wasn't so bad, I'd do a kit every day, because we still have, I don't know, another 10 kits still coming out, and we have a ton on the website already. So I'm gonna do them as fast as I can, but I'm nursing a really bad right shoulder right now. So it's very hard for me to cut mesh and, well, basically to cut the mesh. The mesh really kills my arm. So I'm going to have to start getting others to cut the mesh for me. Hi, everybody. Hello. So this kit, this one's really pretty. This is a 10-inch wood sign. 10-inch? Yes. 10-inch wood sign. And we're going to make this sign the star of the show. Everybody loves the cardinals and the greenery and everything. And this one says, "Those we love don't go away. They fly beside us every day." And you see this little heart there? I am going to put mine, and you can do this too, just with a Sharpie marker, if I could find one. I was going to put D.G in the little heart for my sister. Her name was Dawn Goldfinch, so I was going to put D.G. So it's just a little reminder of my sister. You guys can do something similar as well, just with a Sharpie marker. Can you see I just put it D.G. So, okay, thanks, Barbie. Anyways, you get this really, really pretty 10.5-inch wood sign. This Snowdrift natural jute mesh. This mesh is everything. I'm telling you, it's an awesome mesh. We're keeping this sort of natural looking. You get this gorgeous natural 1.5-inch ribbon, and the cardinals are sparkled, and the trim is red glitter as well. Oh, thanks, Virginia. We'll lean on each other to walk and stuff, right? Anyways, you get a whole roll of this and the jute. Look how pretty that's going to look. You guys can tell already. And the sign. And I also threw in these holly picks. There's 12 of them total because you get 2. So there's 6 on one and 6 on the other. So we're going to add a little bit of this into our wreath. And depending how it looks, I might put a little bow down below. We'll see. I'm going to do it the easiest way. Yeah, put RR. There you go. Nobody needs to know what it's for. If you're making it for yourself, go ahead and put that RR. You know, and every time you come up to your door, you'll remember at Christmas your husband. And that's why I put my sister's initials. You don't have to. I'm just saying if you're doing it for yourself, you can. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Now, we don't have the text message thing anymore because they are a ripoff, basically in a nutshell. So I refused them stealing my money. So I stopped with that text service. We are looking into something else. But until then, you just have to make sure you follow my page and that the little bell notification is on so that when I do go live, you will get notified when I'm live. Oh, I'm so sorry that he passed away. Oh, geez, I'm so sorry about that. And okay, so that is what you get in your kit. And of course you get your zip ties and your wire nipper and the large board. Okay, so what we're going to do firstly is get our stuff ready to go, like I always do. So we're going to just go over what we're going to do on the rows. Okay, on row 1, we're going to have 16 pieces of our jute snowdrift mesh at 10 inches, and we're going to have 8 pieces of our ribbon at 14 inches. All right, and we're also on row 1 going to be using 8 pieces of the greenery. All right, so you can use your wire nippers to cut your greenery. Now we're going to keep it fairly long because again, it's easier to cut back the wire than to add, well, we can't add wire, right? So for row 1, we're going to need 8 of these greeneries. All right. Row 2, we're going to be using 8 pieces of 10-inch mesh in every other hole. That's all we're using on row 2. Row 3, we are using 8 pieces of the 10-inch mesh and 14 inches of ribbon, 14-inch ribbon in every other hole. On row 3, we'll get a piece of greenery. So they're going to be 8 greenery on row 1 and 4 greenery on row 3. And row 5, we're just going to be putting the remainder mesh so it sits underneath our sign, okay? So the total you need 36 pieces of 10-inch mesh. Okay, so cut your whole roll. Your whole roll should give you 36 pieces, all right? If you're short a piece, it's okay because we're going to just be putting it underneath anyways, but you should have enough. Okay, you're then going to need 16 pieces of your ribbon cut at 14 inches. Okay, and then we have our 12 pieces of greenery. Again, we're going to cut them. Might as well cut them now. We're going to cut them off the stem here. So you're going to push the greenery up and cut it off. Push it up to the top and then cut it off the bush. Okay, just push them all up. Alrighty, so you can just throw that in the garbage. Okay, so we got our greenery ready to go. I'm just going to put a little pile over here. My mesh is all cut. I cut all my mesh 10 inches. And it is a drift poly jute mesh. Really, really nice mesh. And then I have 16 ribbons. I cut them at 14 inches and dovetailed them already. So if you don't know how to do that, I don't want to use this ribbon because I already have all my ribbons cut. I want that to use for a bow. So if you have your measure buddy, pull number 1 out to 14 inches. Put it at the end and wrap it around about 4 times. I wouldn't go any more than 4 because it'll get bulky. This is a canvas ribbon, so it's fairly thick. So go around 4 times, cut your ribbon off, slide it off the Measure Buddy, and then you can fold your ribbon lengthwise in half, just like this. And at the folded part to the outside corner, you're going to cut. Okay, so when you open it up, you got really nice tails. And you're going to do that at both ends for all 16 pieces. 1, 6. So 16 pieces at 14 inches and dovetail them. Alrighty. This ribbon is so pretty. I used this ribbon last night on the Christmas tree. It is such a gorgeous, all-around good ribbon, especially if you have any of this left over after Christmas. It's perfect for Valentine's Day too. It's a red and white, but it's a new ribbon. It's called a hexagon glitter. It's got bigger flecks of glitter on it, and it's really shiny, and it doesn't fall off. It's absolutely amazing. It's good quality too. So I really, really am impressed with that ribbon. Anyways, okay, so we got our mesh cut, we got our ribbons cut, and then once you have your ribbons cut, I fold them all in half. So I get all my supplies ready to go and to work with. So you fold it in half, and then where the halfway mark is there, just pinch it and flip your ribbon tail up. Okay? Open, pinch up the center, flip it up. And I just did like little piles over here because it is a lot easier to have everything prepared. And then once we start going, you just whip them into the zip ties. Okay, so there's my ribbons ready to go. And now I'm going to be cutting off this jute string. Now, if you want, it would be really cute if you made a little bow. Let's see. You can make a cute little bow with your jute string. I won't cut it. I'll do it after. And you can put your little jute bow with on your sign somewhere, maybe on your tree. You can use this little piece of jute rope with this project because everything's pretty natural on it. All right, and then our board. Oh, actually, I am going to put my cable mount. You get 2 pipe cleaners and 2 cable mounts. Now, I'm only going to use 1 cable mount. So you will get an extra if you only use 1. If you want, you can put, I give 2 because you can put 1 here and 1 here and tack on your sign a little more sturdier with the 2 pipe cleaners. But I'm just going to put mine right in the center with some glue. So hot glue or E6000. We do have E6000, the 2-ounce tubes, now on our website. So if you need to get some more E6000, you can find it on our website. So I'm just going to put this on my cutting mat and just kind of get a feel of where the halfway mark is. So I'll just get my ruler. So I got it, it's 10.5 inches. So I'm just going to kind of go like that. That's the middle that way. And 5 1/4. Oops, 5 1/4 is about right there. So that just gives me a more accurate kind of where the center of the mount will go. Okay, so I'm just going to use some hot glue. I'm just going to put some hot glue on the center there. Now I'm using hot Gorilla Glue. Like I said, you can add some E6000 to the whole thing as well to help keep it on permanently. Although the Gorilla Glue with the wood works really well. Now you're going to push down. Do not push down with your fingers. Use your wire nipper to push down your cable mount, because you do not want glue. The glue is going to come up, and you do not want that to hit your fingers. I promise you. In that, I don't have any extra of those. I ordered them like over a year ago, so. All right, so my sign is ready to go. So I'm just going to put this to the side. Okay, and let it completely dry, because it's pretty much the last thing we're going to do on the wreath, okay? Alrighty, so I started mine already. Let me zoom it out a bit. Okay, this is going to be so super pretty. We are starting on row 1 because the sign is 10.5 inches. It's fairly large. Okay, so we need our wreath fairly large. That's the way I like to look at it. So I'm starting with row 1. And where I started, you can start at the number 1 here, okay? So row 1, every other hole is either going to get a ribbon tail or a piece of greenery, alrighty? And we're going to do a pattern. So I did ribbon, greenery, you know, all the way around. So to start, you can take your zip tie, go down one of the holes where it's number 1. It's one of the hanging holes, but that's okay. And just let your zip tie sit on the table with your, the head of your zip tie, the flat part, is facing the ceiling, because when we go to do it up, it will zip up and lock, okay? If you try and do it the other way, where it's not the flat part of the zip tie, it will not zip up. You won't hear the zipping. And if you do happen to get it zipped, it's not going to stay locked. Okay, so we'll start at row 1. So this, I'm going to go back. So this would be greenery, ribbon. So row 1, at the number 1, we are going to be using a piece of mesh and a piece of our greenery. Okay. So get one of your pieces of greenery ready to go. And like I said, I kept it fairly long. And we can move the greeneries so that the berries are in front of the leaves. Kind of like that. It's just a nice little added touch, the greenery. You know, it's not the most expensive pick or anything, but it does the trick. Then you're going to take a piece of your 10-inch mesh, curl up, right? And we're going to do a kerfuffle. And the kerfuffle, I love doing the kerfuffle because we do not have to heat seal our mesh, okay? And this is why I use the kerfuffle a lot when I'm making wreaths, because you don't see the cut edge and you don't see any frays and strings and all that stuff. Hello everybody that just jumped on. Thank you for joining me. And I would love if you floated my boat or sent me over the falls or just, you know, shared me onto your normal Facebook pages. I would greatly appreciate it. So we are using curl up, factory edge to the right and to the left. Your cut edge, where we cut it with a rotary cutter, is on the top and bottom. Thank you for the stars, Donna. And now I'm going to take the bottom cut edge and just bring it up towards the middle. You just guess where the middle is. All right, just like that. And then I'm going to take the top and bring that over. Now with the snowdrift mesh, it's really easy to make sure everything's lined up because you just line up the actual drifts. All right, right? But you're making like an envelope type formation here. Alrighty? And this is what we got. And there's our seams right there. Then I'm going to pinch by dragging with my thumb and pinching with my forefinger right up the center of this piece of mesh. Like that. So you get kind of like a bow tie formation, right? And then we're going to flip this over. We don't want to see the string. See, there's a piece of a string there. It's okay. We're going to flip it over and put the middle where I pinched the mesh right on the board, in between the edge of the board and the hole. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Jenny Bailey. And you're going to do up your zip tie around your mesh. Now, don't do it up too tight. Okay? Just tight enough that, you know, we can still slip in our piece of greenery. Now, I'm going to take the end of my greenery and I'm going to slide it through my zip tie, just like that. All right? Zoom in a little. And we're not going to keep it, we're not making it too short or anything. And then I'm just going to flip this. You can flip it up like that. Or you can, you know, hit it with some hot glue. Just like that. Just so it doesn't, so if somebody grabs it by the greenery, it's not going to slide out. All right? And then you're going to pull your zip tie tight. And you can cut the zip tie tail off, or you can wait until we're done row 1. Okay, so there we go. That is, so you start on row 1 at number 1, then the next one is going to be the exact same, except we're going to be using a piece of ribbon this time. Okay, so I have all my ribbons here that I had folded. So I got my ribbon tail ready. My shoulder's not great at all, Deborah, but thank you so much for asking it. It's not a great time right now to have a sore shoulder when it's like busy season. Okay, so again, curl up, factory edge to the left and the right. We're going to bring the bottom portion to the middle. Bring the top just over the bottom, like that. So we have a rectangle envelope type thing, and scrunch it. All right, we're going to flip that over. Grab your piece of ribbon, and I've already pinched it in the middle there, and we're going to put the whole thing right on the board. Come around with your zip tie. Make sure your ribbons are equal, the equal length. Flip your mesh so it's making a really nice frame going around the outside. And once you have everything finished, then do your zip tie up. All right, and then we're going to go to the next one. So we're going to do that all the way around row 1. So I did start mine just so we're not here as long. The ribbons are 14 inches long, and we needed 1/6 of them. And you're just coming around your mesh, the zip tie, flip it upwards, and we're going to put a piece of greenery slipped right under into the zip tie here. And I'm trying to do this upside down, so. Okay, once it's in there, you can zip it up tight. And we will be pulling our greenery forward and stuff like this once we get it done. So you can either hook this so it doesn't come out, or just hit it with a little bit of hot glue, just so it doesn't slide out. All right, so I will continue over here. So ribbon tail, piece of mesh. And again, this is a kit. However, you can make your kit however you want. You do not have to do it like I'm doing it. Most people do, because it does turn out really pretty. And when you do it this way, you can see this really pretty natural snowdrift jute mesh. And that's what I like about this style of wreath. It doesn't look too busy when you're done. Another piece of greenery. Now we'll work on the greenery when we go to when we're finished. Just trying to open up some of this so you see the red berries. All right, and just stick it in and zip it up tight. And like I said, we'll be moving the greenery forward a little bit so it does stick out, but we'll do that at the end. And then again, just hit it with a little bit of hot glue. Oh shoot, I forgot a drink. Dave, are you watching? If you're watching, can you bring me down a drink? All right, we got 2 more to do. Oh good, he was watching. So it's pretty easy once you get your pattern going. Now this is a kit right now, as of before I went live. We did have, I think, 100 still in stock.
Yeah, there's still a bunch of stuff.
There's still some in stock. Okay, Dave said there's still lots in stock. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I had my coffee and I don't know where I put it. All right, one more. We are done this row. The next row is just going to be mesh. It's just a filler. So it's so easy once you have everything prepared to put your wreath together. And it's easy to price, right? So because you know exactly how much ribbon you use, you use 2 picks. The one sign, you used a board, you used, 36 zip ties. Okay, now we're going to cut off our zip tie tails. And just use your wire nipper that you get in your kit. And go around and snip off all the zip tie tails. Alrighty, that is the first row done. That's the majority of the wreath. There's the back of our board, and you can see we got all the holes around the outside done. And see how much bigger it is just by using row 1. All right, so row 2, where I put my zip ties, wherever there is a ribbon, you're going to put a zip tie right in front of it on row 2. And that is where we're going to put, and it's going to be every other. Okay, so there's a zip tie, skip, zip tie, skip, zip tie, skip. We are just putting mesh in there, okay? Just mesh. My wreath's getting a bit big, so we are still doing the exact same thing. Flip it over, flip it up, and where this bend in our mesh is, I call this the nub. It's just a name I came up with. You just put the nub into the preloaded zip tie about a ½ an inch. Now don't stick it really far, too far, although this one is not, it doesn't really matter because it is a filler. So stick it in about a fingertip or ½ an inch and do the zip tie up around it, okay? This row is super easy because it is just mesh. Hello, hello. If everybody, all of you guys watching, if every one of you just clicked that little arrow at the bottom and shared this live, I would so greatly appreciate it. Especially, look, I'm doing it. I'm disabled. My arm is hurting and I still show up. I'm just kidding, you guys. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be greatly so much appreciated. Got thousands of kits. I got to get rid of them. You guys got to help me get rid of them. This is a natural jute snowdrift mesh. And it's a pricey mesh. I think this kit is really, really well priced for all the stuff you get in it. Especially this jute mesh is about $8 to $9, just the mesh itself. But this will be a really, really nice wreath to give someone for a gift, okay? Because it's got the cardinals, it's more of a winter wreath that could last all the way to spring. Not so much a Christmas one, you know? So as you can see, we're just putting our mesh pieces in. And when you're done, you can actually even, with the boards, which is a nice feature, you can write with Sharpie marker on the back of the board, you can write a little note. Especially if you're giving it as a gift. You can write a little note to the person you're giving it to. You can date it, sign it. I use zip ties all the time. It's just my preference. It's much neater looking. Everything stays in the wreath nice and tight, so I don't feel like everything's going to fall out. And they don't rust. So it's my preference. So if you were using Chanel ties with this right now, you'd have to be twisting and then cutting off the Chanel tie and then trying to hide it into the wreath. With the zip ties, you just cut the zip tie tail off and there you go, you're done. And then the back of your wreath looks very nice and professional. Thank you, Deborah, for sprinkling me out. Okay, so that's 8 pieces on row 2. We are done row 2. We'll just clip off the tails. Now I'm going to use my zip tie gun just because of my shoulder. So the zip tie gun, we do sell these as well. There's a slit right in the gun there. You put the tail right down in the slit. Pull the trigger a few times and it tightens the zip tie and then cuts it when it's really tight. We're almost done the wreath. Yee-hoo. Okay, there we go. Now we're on to row 3. Row 3 is a piece of mesh and a piece of ribbon. So I don't know if you can notice, but I'm using we're using the normal holes on row 3, so we're not using any shared holes, but I've staggered the mesh and ribbons. So when we put the mesh and ribbon into this one, in behind is the piece of greenery. So same with here. In behind will be the piece of greenery. So it will all line up. So we need a piece of ribbon. And we are going to be putting a piece of greenery in every other set of holes. So I'm going to flip this. All right, I'm going to put my ribbon on my mesh and put it, the whole nub, into the zip tie about a ½ inch in. Just like that. Okay, so this one is going to get a set of ribbon tails and a piece of greenery. So we got our ribbon. And I'm just going to stick that in there as well, and then do the whole thing up. So where I put greenery, I will just add a little dab of glue. So the next one is just going to be a ribbon tail. Now again, you don't have to do yours like mine. You can change it up. You can add more tails. You may want to still add ribbon tails in behind your greenery. You may have some ribbon at home that you really like and it'll match your wreath perfectly. But you can also add some more different ribbon in there. I'm keeping it very simple. You guys all know I love to make just simple wreaths. Although when people look at these, they think like, oh, that must have took you a lot of time. No, not really. Hello, everybody. So you can use clothespins too, if you have some clothespins at home, and I'll show you. You can flip up your mesh. Okay, put your mesh into the zip tie. Put a clothespin on the other side so it doesn't come through. Then you can get your ribbon, scrunch it up, then take the clothespin off, put your ribbon nub in, and do it up. I'm not going to do it too tight for this one because I got to put a piece of greenery in it. There we go. And we'll worry about all the tails and everything when we're finished the wreath. We are making a cardinal. What's this say? Those we love don't go away. They fly beside us every day. And I put my sister's initials in the little heart that's on the tree. And this is a kit if anybody's wanting to make themselves one for themselves, or maybe their friends or a loved one. All right, 3 more. Wait till I get that sign on, you see how pretty it is. And take your time. If you're struggling or if you're, you know, just not feeling it, walk away, because you could walk away and come back a week later and you're still going to know where you left off and where you need to continue. So this is crafting. Crafting is supposed to be fun. Don't overstress yourself about crafting. Literally, if you get stressed, then it takes the fun out of everything. So many times when we talk about this in the VIP group, we've had to, I did this tight, you know, just stop and walk away and, you know, have fresh eyes on it the next day. Sometimes it really makes a difference between an ordinary wreath and an extraordinary wreath, you know. I like the little green pops in there with the natural jute. It's very, very pretty. There was one of the picks. There it is. It only had one leaf on it. I'm going to put the other one on. There we go. There, that's better. All right, 2 more pieces, and then we're going to put our sign on and we're done. Oh boy, my arm is so sore. I feel like crying right now. I'm sorry, guys. I won't cry, but I feel like it. Ouch. The doctor's pretty sure I tore my rotator cuff. We'll know for sure soon because I went for the test. One more. So we got one more and one more piece of greenery. Hi, Bubba. I'm on live. What? She got a new collar?
Yeah.
Did you guys buy her a new collar? Oh, it's Minnie Mouse. Is it Minnie Mouse?
No.
Is it accurate?
No, it's not, but it's super cute.
And it matches Kiki.
Aww. Okay, we are done. We're going to go around and cut off these zip tie tails. Bubba, I'm going to have to get you to start making wreaths for me.
Huh?
You're going to have to start making the wreaths for me. My arm is just too sore.
I'll tell me with a good time.
I'm sure all our followers would love
Danielle will do it.
We'd love for Bubba to make a wreath.
Bubba will do the voiceovers.
Bubba will do the voiceovers, okay.
And now we cut the weaves.
We cut the weaves
No, it's the zip tie.
We cut the zip ties and the weaves.
for the weaves. All right, now in row 5, we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I actually got 360 inches on mine. We're just going to put on row 5 on the normal holes 4 pieces of mesh, and this is just going to help hold our sign up nicely, okay? So 1, 2. Wow, this is a really pretty wreath. I hope the camera is catching it. Wait till we put that sign on. You guys, it's so pretty. And that's why I like to do the wreath kits. I have actually a pretty good eye for putting things together. So with the wreath kits, I pretty much do all the work for you. So you don't have to run around and find all the ribbon, and you'll know exactly how to do it and exactly where to put everything, and you absolutely can copy anything I make, even if it's not a kit. Alrighty. But the kits are just easier because you know everything is going to match, and you'll see the end result. So we're still doing the same thing. I'm just making a kerfuffle, and we're just putting mesh into the center here to hold up the wreath. Dave can make a wreath. Ow, 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 ow. Dave is tired. We're both tired. And it's been raining for a few days, so that doesn't help our arthritis. You guys, I'm sure, can relate. So the rain is really dampening our feely goods, our good feelings. All right, last piece of mesh. And then we are going to put our sign on. Oh, I didn't put glue on that's okay. You don't have to put, I like to put a little bit of glue on. You just never know if somebody's going to grab the greenery or whatever. It is zip tied in, but I still like to add a little bit of glue or a hook at the bottom. If you don't have glue, you can make a little hook so it won't come out of the zip tie. But it's all good. Alrighty, we are done the base of our wreath. Okay, looking spiffy. Let's put our sign on. I may or may not make a little bow, we'll see. I do have enough ribbon to make a bow. Okay. So in the center of the board, let's flip it over so you guys can see the back. There we go. Nice and neat. Right in this, oh God, that hurt. Right in the center, there's 2 holes, right? And at the top, we did use one of the hanging holes right up here, but there's 2 holes on row 1 that are semi-close together, and they are divoted in. These are our hanging holes. I'm just gonna put a zip tie down and up, and we're going to use this to hang our wreath. All right, and once you cut it off, it'll lock, and that's the top. So what I'm going to do is put 1 pipe cleaner down 1 hole in the center. You just want to slide it off. Go so you can see the holes and your pipe cleaner doesn't hit your table. Lift it up off the table. There we go. Okay, and flip it over, and I'm going to pull till I feel resistance when I pull. And then twist it, the pipe cleaner. All right. Oh, look how nice that is. Okay, we're gonna fix all our tails again. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty this is. Fix your tails nice. Make sure they're all coming out. Very nice. All right, and we're going to go around this one. Now you can move up and bend your greenery so it's not so flat. I think mine are pretty good though. And I'm just bending it so that when people look at it on the door, you can see the berries and everything. And the inside ones I'm just bending so they just kind of come over the sign just a little bit. There we go. And we have one stunning wreath, that is for sure. And I was thinking about putting a little bow on, but I don't think I'm gonna. What I think I'm going to do is put that little piece of twine that I said, and I might just put a little bow on the sign with the twine. On the sign with the twine. Look at that, I'm a poet and I don't even know it. So we'll zoom in so you guys can see how pretty it looks. And the cardinals actually look exactly like the cardinal that's on the sign. There's my little DG. And once you have your sign, it's perfectly straight. You can take your glue gun and pump a little bit of glue under the sign, just in a few spots, and that'll actually help with your sign not moving and a little more secure than just the pipe cleaner. And we'll just hold it like that for a second. Hi, Tom Hutton. How are you? Alrighty. That was pretty fast. All right, I'm just gonna make that little, where did my little string go? Just making a little bow. Don't want to waste anything. Well, that didn't work very well, Laura. One of the simplest things to do, and I can't figure out how to make a bow with my little piece of string. Ooh, listen to that rain. I need a fork to make that little bow. There we go. Put a dab of glue. I think I'm just going to put it just right underneath the word every day. Like right there. Put it, a big dab. I didn't want to put it that big. Now you don't have to do this. I just thought it's cute. And that's just the string, jute string from the sign. There. What do you guys think? Isn't it pretty? It's not very busy. Like I said, you can add a bow if you want. Let's zoom out. You can add a bow if you want, but you do have about a half a roll of ribbon still left that you can use on another project. Alrighty, and that is it. So that is the Cardinal Fly With Us kit. You can do it like this. You can do it another way. I have about 400 videos on my YouTube channel. Go under the large board and check out the videos under the large board because that is what we're using. And again, if you're, oh, we forgot to clean up there. If you are selling this at a craft show, what are you going to do? You are going to tape your business card to the back of the board. You're going to put a sticker of your business, whatever you have, so people know where they bought it. You can write a little note with the date on the back if you're giving it as a gift. So that person, and just make sure you're using Sharpie. The Sharpie won't come off. And there we go. Party on the front, business on the back. Right, sticker on the back. All right, guys. Actually, this turned out super, super pretty. Wow. It really did. Now you can fix and open your greenery. You can even get, if you have a steamer, you can get a little steamer and steam your leaves. You can actually even do a little dab of glue. So I could put a little dab of glue on a couple of these leaves and just tack them exactly where I want them. If they're not going to open for you, but there you go. That is how I would make this kit I put together. Okay? Again, any questions you have, please don't be afraid to email us at info@uniqueinthecreek.com. Our customer service team is fantastic, and they will get a hold of me if there is something that needs my attention, or I only have the answers. If not, they pretty much know the answers of everything. Yeah, this one is super pretty, my friends. This will take you from now till spring, right? With the cardinals. Do we love my little bow? All right, everybody. Have a great one, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. I will be probably doing another kit tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see how the shoulder feels, but VIPers, we'll see you in a couple hours in Can-Am VIP group. Bye, everybody.